And now your hosts of In Your City Show, Kelley and Gordon.
Welcome to In Your City Show, brought to you by St. Charles, Chesterfield, and Clayton City Lifestyle magazines. As you can see, the gorgeous summer issues are out. Great things are inside. And if you are interested in getting the magazines, you can subscribe. Go to citylifestyle.com and find out more. So it is summer.
I love summer.
Is that your favorite?
It is summer, and it goes so quick, doesn't it? It's
goes.
like, I would not want to be a kid today because summer vacation seems like it's gotten shorter as we get older. I remember it was like the end of May to the 1st of September, and that was summer vacation. Now
I was
it's like
ready to go to school, my corduroys and everything in the middle of, it still wouldn't be that cold yet, but you want to wear your new fall outfit to school, of course.
Yeah, the only thing about the end of summer that was good is getting your school supplies. That was always the funnest thing, the best thing.
You ever get caught at the store when the parents are buying the supplies?
What do you mean caught at the store?
Well, because it's packed.
Oh, yeah, I don't remember that. I just remember wanting to get the little box and how much crap I
Smells
could
good.
stuff into it, you know?
Doesn't it smell good?
Oh,
Did you carry a lunchbox?
Erasers. You ever smell like the erasers?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Those-
I made
yeah.
fingernails, though, out of the glue. You put them in your ruler, then they dry and you stick them on your fingers. Did you do that?
No, but I remember girls doing that, but I forgot all about that. Yeah.
Did you have a lunchbox?
I did.
What was it?
It was a secret agent and a G.I. Joe
course it
lunchbox.
was.
Yes.
I
And it
had
had like a
Snoopy.
decoder ring thing in it, you know, that came with it.
I thought the best thing was the thermos and filling that up and having that thermos drink and you pour it in the cup.
Remember how I can almost smell what a lunchbox smells like on a hot day, and you'd go to school and you open that thing up with the food in it and be like, holy mackerel.
Or just the lunchroom itself. It still smells exactly the same. Like if
Yes.
there's that school smell, maybe it's the erasers and all the things that are in there and the way the school food, but it has that exact same smell.
I know, but summer is the best. I mean, like you said, like I said earlier, it goes too quickly. It just
Yeah.
goes too quick.
Absolutely. Well, in the summer issue, there is a story about nominating your hero. So we want you to nominate your unsung hero for our Heroes project. And we'll be looking for right now, kids or pets, because of our August issue. So every single month, depending on the theme of our magazine, you can nominate that person in your life that has done something spectacular, helped somebody a lot. There's people out there that do all these wonderful things and they don't get any recognition. Maybe they don't even want any recognition. They just do it from the goodness of their heart. So we would love to have you go to inyourcityshow.com. You can actually click the hero tab and nominate your hero in your life. So what was our question, of course, of the day is, what was your favorite summer memory? As a kid.
As a
Sorry.
kid.
Yeah.
Okay, as a kid, well, ice cream trucks were always the best.
That's
you know?
my favorite.
Yeah.
Well, you pick something else.
Okay.
You just took mine.
I just remember Mr. Softy ice cream trucks. Those were the best.
I never, ever had a
can't
Mr.
believe
Softy.
Mr. Softies are the best. You know, they're still around. You can actually still. I checked it out. You can actually still get a franchise and have your own Mr. Softy
Maybe that's
truck.
what we need to do, is get a Mr.
Just
Softy
be-
truck
just-
and just
do
travel
ice
the
cream.
roads with ice cream.
It's
Have all
kind
the
of a-
kids chasing behind us.
In St. Louis, it's kind of a short span of how long you can work, though, with ice cream truck. 3 months.
Yeah, I'd get a little cold.
You know what? Just hanging out with my friends, just hanging out with my friends in the summer, going over their house and just.
Swimming was a big deal.
Swimming was fun.
Going
yeah.
to not everyone had a pool then, and you'd get to go to the swimming pool, hearing that ice cream truck bell. We used to go camping as a kid, and I thought that was amazing. My parents had all their friends, and we'd all be riding in line together and take the ferry over and go camping. So that was fun too, and catch frogs.
I think summer trips were one of my favorites too. Just getting, I have so many memories of my dad driving, and back then it's like the windows were always rolled down, and the wind's blowing
Air's
through.
blowing.
Got the station wagon, you're sitting in the back of the station
Waving
wagon,
to
looking at
everybody.
people behind you as you're driving, and trying to get trucks to honk the horn,
Yeah.
It's like, so, but yeah,
Summer
vacations
is fun. It's
were
kind of,
best.
I mean, I love that fall weather. Once you've been through summer, it's fun, but it's just coming too soon for some reason. When you said the other day, well, 6 weeks of summer, I'm like, oh my gosh, we got to hurry up,
Yeah.
get stuff to do. But we did get to do something really fun.
Yes, we did.
So this summer, we went to an extraordinary place. It's different. So when I say extraordinary, don't think of glamorous and, I don't know, your typical go to the beach, which is fun. I love going to the beach. but it was jeans and cowboy boots and cowboy hat, and we went to a dude ranch. That was really a huge bucket list, I guess I should say. And then, of course, with the passing of my mom, I wanted to do something that she would love. We had horses our whole life.
Yeah.
So we went to Tank Verde Ranch in Arizona, and it was spectacular.
Tucson, Arizona.
And
Yep.
you'll get to see pictures of that, of course, and see what we experienced there. But we went to, I call it a hoedown, but
Said it wasn't glamorous, but actually it was. For a dude ranch,
Well, yes.
It was pretty glamorous.
well, you know what I mean.
It was pretty nice.
It wasn't
yeah.
the typical get, dressed up and go to these fancy places for dinner. The food was fantastic. I mean, our steak was mouth-watering. The pool was beautiful, which is on the cover of our Chesterfield issue. And then we had the greatest guy, Joe.
Joe,
A
our guide.
real-life cowboy. I mean, he had the weather look like leather. And we were so fortunate. We got be able to go on a private ride with him. Went up into, the mountains, and I mean, snakes and animals, and you're riding a horse, and then I think I loved
Felt like
riding.
one of those old John Wayne westerns. All of a sudden, that's
because
what I
he
felt
was
like.
he talked about his parents on chuck wagons. That's how old he was riding the horse. But then
Hope he doesn't see this. I keep talking about how old he is.
well, it's incredible because he does things I can't do, and he is so much. He has to. When you're telling stories about chuck wagon and no car, that's a long time ago.
And speaking of chuck wagon, it was really cool doing the breakfast that one morning
Oh,
too.
going up, and they made blueberry
Yeah, that
pancakes,
was really
which were
cool.
sensational. But the cool thing is showing you what we experienced and doing something different. You can do it as a couple, you can do it by yourself, you can do it with a family. We actually have a travel expert with us here today.
Yes, we do.
From Travel Leaders, Marcie Boyle, who is going to be coming on with us and talking about how you can experience a trip like this and how you can make travel so much easier, because it makes a big difference when there's somebody to help you and assure that where you're going is real. And she has a horrible job. Horrible. She has to go check out these places and make sure that they're great for everyone to experience. I mean, what a horrible job to have, right?
I know. I'd love to have that job. That could be a dream job.
That would be a dream job. So we've got a lot of great hot list guests that will be coming on, and next you're going to meet Marcie Boyle, top 10 travel agency. We'll have to say that voted or in America. We'll have to find out more about that.
I'm sure it's in America. If I know Marcie, it's probably going to be
probably
top
true.
10 in America.
All right.
We'll
well,
find
coming
out.
up is our next hot list guest. Welcome to the Hot List Show, and we have a fabulous Hot List guest with us right now, Marcie Boyle. She's the owner of Travel Leaders, located actually in the city of Chesterfield, but of course, she can take care of you all over the place. And she is our Hot List guest. Welcome to the show.
Thank you so much to both of you.
So we were talking about our vacation and how amazing it was to go to Tank Verde Ranch. Tell us a little bit about it and what you do as an experience for somebody that's traveling.
Well, about the ranch is amazing. Obviously, you experienced that firsthand.
Incredible.
I just had an agent get back. Ironically, she had a group there, and they are still raving about it. And these are folks that are usually beach people,
Yeah.
like you had said, and they experienced something different. But when they came to Kate and said, we want to do a birthday and we want it to be unique. Mm-hmm. And she had this experience. So not only did she book it for them, but now she's traveled there and she absolutely adored it as well.
The saloon, you go to the saloon and they have these cute little signs, arrows and when you drive in, there's just all these horses. So you're just mesmerized by all the horses, and it's just, it's an incredible experience. Though they have wonderful food, and the event that we went to that was the dinner. It was the party outside. I don't know what to call it. I say hoedown, but
yes, Cottonwood. I think it's called Cottonwood, and it's down in like a little ravine, and it's all lit up with what Kelley calls the fairy lights that she loves. And the food was great. I mean, they had a big spread of food, and it was awesome food. It was a great environment.
very relaxed.
Oh, yeah.
Very relaxed. So I guess when a customer or client calls you or someone calls you for help, I guess you got to kind of find out what kind of experience they're looking for, whether it's a cruise or a beach or a luxury or the Ritz or or a dude ranch, which I would imagine is so popular now because of Yellowstone. It's like everybody wants to be a cowgirl or a cowboy now.
Right. You're absolutely right. So what we do is we get an interaction or a relationship with our clients, so we get to know what they like. And so talking about the food at the ranch, if someone calls and says, we're a great foodie, and we love to go places with great food, but we want something different, we can say, well, Gordon Ramsay was just at this ranch, and you can do all inclusive, but you have this amazing experience. So we try to pair our clients with those perfect fits, something the internet can't do. We get to know them and what they want. And I'll travel now. I just got back from Cabo doing a site visit, and as soon as I walked in that property, I immediately had clients in mind that said this is going to be perfect for them.
Wow.
And that's what we can really give our clients as experience as well. We've been there. We can tell you about the restaurant, the food, the area, all of that. So we love those relationships that we build.
Well, being ranked top 10 in the U.S., Travel Leaders is doing something right. So that's fantastic. What about what are the river cruises? I hear people talking about when we river cruise, it's out on a little boat going down the river.
A little different when it
actually.
doesn't say Mississippi.
Down Mississippi.
Yeah. So when do you think river cruise? What is that all about?
People love river cruises. In fact, I was just on one last fall with my daughter. It's great because it's like your luxury hotel room moves with you. So you get off for the day, you're in a small port in Europe, and you explore, you get back on, you have a great dinner, you sleep, you wake up in another one. So you're never packing and unpacking. On most of them, there's around 45 to 50 cabins on a longboat. So it's very small and intimate, very small. 45. So, one main dining room, one more casual, but what's great is just going out and being in these little areas that you would have to take by bus, and it wouldn't be quite as pleasant as watching the countryside go by.
And you have a view the whole time because you're not, when you're on a cruise ship, which is amazing, which we did for honeymoon, but you are out in that vast ocean, you see nothing until you start to get close to an island, that you're going to be stopping at.
Absolutely. Well, and like when you're in Germany, as you go, you watch castles go by. It is pretty incredible to do. And you're faced out of this glass wall from your bed. You can literally watch the countryside go by. So it's great and very popular.
Is there an experience that you've obviously taken so what your clients are getting that just resonates with you that you'll never forget?
It was just last fall. We went with our best friends. John and I went with our best friends to Italy for John's 60th birthday. And we took a cooking class in Tuscany.
Oh, that's awesome.
And,
oh my gosh.
I kind of had to talk them into it, but I was like, this just looks so cool.
Yeah.
So we pulled up at a Tuscan villa. We met the owner. She was also the person that taught us that day the cooking class. We prepared our lunch. Then we had a bottle of wine with that lunch on this beautiful veranda in Tuscany. And I have passed that along to many, many clients, and it still is usually their top as well. Just recently, a family went, it was multi-generational, so grandma and grandpa, mom and dad, and their 2 boys, and they did it. And I have the most amazing photos that they sent me for Father's Day, that was their memory from their trip. So I thought that was as well.
It is always so nice when you get a special experience. Like we were talking about our special experience going to Tanque Verde Ranch was the ranch handler, Joe, who's been there forever. And we were teasing like he must be 100 years old riding a horse still. It was just us 2 with him out,
hearing the stories.
Way up in the mountains on the horses, and he told the stories, and I think he got tired, and we had to stop and get off the horses and sat on a rock eating our snack. And here's me, I'm like looking around because like
snakes.
So you aren't a snack.
I'm like, this is fun. Are we ready to go?
Yeah.
But we sat there for quite a while, and he told stories, and that's when we heard about the chuck wagon and things like that. But that there's sometimes when you just do something that's really unique and different, you'll just never forget it. It's just a really deep experience that kind of like your Tuscany.
Yeah,
it's all about that experience. Sorry, Gordon. It's all about the experiences that you remember, right? Those things that sometimes it's even a pivot. It's not something you planned, but it's something you fell into, and then that's the memory you have.
So if somebody is wanting to travel, and of course there's all kinds of things thrown out there for us to press the button and all that, tell us the importance and why it really is a good idea to call an expert like you to be able to to book a trip, whatever that might be, wedding, anything?
It's a good question. We answer it all the time, like, why should we use you, right?
Yeah.
And I think my very first thing I tell everyone is, we're not going to spend any more of your money. We're just going to spend it better. So our goal is to find exactly what you're looking for. And sometimes what you want and what you want aren't the same thing on a couple's trip. So we have to find that delicate balance. And so I think that's what we do really well, or I should say I know that's what we do really well, is we get to know those pieces and be able to make the right fit for clients. The internet can't do that.
Right.
And that's obviously would be our competition, but people don't know what they don't know. And so, we're able to tell them why there's a sale on a hotel because it's under construction or whatever that looks like. We have our finger on the pulse of that all the time, so we know those pieces of it, so we can make sure their experiences are better, so their dollars are spent better.
Is that special deals too that you might, like if someone says, we're really looking to go to the East Coast. I'd love to go up and see New York and Maine and go through that. Maybe there's like a lobster fest that goes on a certain time of the year. Like, is that something you say that to you, call you? What would be the best time to go? When is that? And maybe there's a special deal that would be better. Do you look for those kind of things too for people?
Absolutely, absolutely. And then again, back to the relationship. Once we've had that conversation, I'll remember, oh, Kelley loves horses. Kelley really wants to go to the East Coast. And then when those do come across our desk, we'll make that call, and we have a relationship where I can say, I know you're not planning anything right now, but this is a really cool opportunity. And often it works.
You've been doing this, over 30 years? Or?
My family has owned the agency for close to 40
So you grew
years.
up in it.
I did grow up in it a little bit,
So you
and
know
then
it.
I bought it in 2013.
Oh, gosh,
so
fantastic.
my family has been involved with it for a long time.
Well, we love Travel Leaders. We love seeing you in the magazine as well, and working with you. And we know that you do a great job. We've had a lot of people that have given you great compliments on your ability to take care of them. So we appreciate that. If somebody wants to give you a call, to find you on the internet, tell us how to do that.
Well, we have an office in Chesterfield Valley, right on Chesterfield Airport Road. You can call us at the office at 636-778-1081 or an email. I'm mboyle@travelleaders.com, and we'd love to hear from you.
And we'll put that information up too so that
Perfect.
they can get a hold of you. So now I just want to book a trip.
Me too.
Well, thank you so much. Marcie Boyle, our hot list guest from Travel Leaders, and you are from the city of Chesterfield.
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's In Your City Show, and we have got a hot list guest with us right now. We've got the hot Kate Schoffman. She is the owner of Blingle Premier Lighting. It is the new lighting company here in St. Louis, and you have it all. So welcome to the show.
Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it.
And your shirt, we can't see your cute little logo there,
Blingle.
Blingle.
Yep.
What a fun name. I want to be blinged. That sounded kind of bad, actually. So tell us, what is Blingle?
So Blingle is, we have really 4 lines of business within a business, but we do landscape lighting, holiday lighting, event lighting, and then
Landscaping?
yeah.
Yeah. So you'll
Sure
go.
blink there on my own business. So
I got
What
you.
do we do?
I got you. I can see the 4 pictures right now of your
yeah,
different
landscape.
things.
We're in the middle of landscape season, so this has been
Yeah.
kind of, and then we're starting to shift focus to holiday, and events are always happening, obviously. So
We're all so busy now. I mean, we're working 24/7 with technology and our businesses. We're never off, and we don't have the time to do the holiday lights like we would like to. So what can you do if someone's interested in, let's talk about holiday lights, since really we're getting close to that time.
Quicker
Yeah.
than we want
Yeah.
to be, yeah.
I know I see the countdown on Facebook, like 300 days till Christmas, and
Oh, it
I
makes
used to
me
be like,
just like ill when I see that. I'm not ready for summer to be over.
but it's interesting now because you see the people that really are planned and prepared. So I'm already getting a lot of calls on, hey, can we talk about, designing our roof line or some briefs or things that you have, especially on the commercial side of things. They're planning for Christmas now or
Yeah.
whatever holidays, that they're celebrating. So getting on the books early, I think, is a big thing. It's one less thing that you have to worry about. And
So not just the home, you do commercial businesses.
we do a lot of commercial. And yeah, there's a little bit more that goes into that depending on the size of the building. So being prepped for that. So yeah, the time is now. I
So
would have
those
thought that
lights
before.
that we don't want to get to that are way up
I
high,
was just
you
going to
do?
say,
Yes.
as a man, I'm
Yes.
like, honey, call him.
Lots of ladders, lots of boom lifts, all the equipment.
Do you
so
get up on the boom lift?
I do. So
Wow.
yeah.
I need to see a picture of that.
I have some
And we
pictures
need
of that.
to show it to everyone.
I've been laughing. I say it's a different corporate ladder I've been climbing. So I've been on roofs
yeah.
a lot lately.
You were in the corporate world
Yes.
and you decided that you wanted to do something where you could be more with your family.
Yep.
And of course you're so busy now you can't be with your family. Your kids are going to be on the boom with you.
They are. That's the beauty of this, though, is bringing the family in. Just yesterday, we had both of our kids out doing door hangers, so kind of getting them involved in the marketing.
That's
and
great.
You know, lighting is so fun, so it's something that they, you know,
What a great idea.
they
Who
find
can say
joy.
no to a kid?
Yeah.
Sure, let me
so
see
hey,
this.
Like the lemonade
kids
stand.
running through your yard or through your business asking about holiday lights. So, no, that part
Dress
has
them in
been
little
really
Santa
fun.
outfits.
Yes, but it's a different world for sure, coming from the corporate to, you know, running your own business.
I'm sure you love it.
I'm loving it.
But you know, coming from that end and then owning your own business, it really does help because you bring, even though it's your business, being in the corporate world myself, you bring that mentality and
Yes.
organizational skills and the way you do things, you bring that to your business. And a lot of times you can meet a small business that doesn't have that and kind
Yes.
of all over the place.
Yes.
So it really does help, I'm sure.
Absolutely. I say that all the time. There's, you know, so many parallels between just, like you said, the organizational piece, but really the resourcing of, you know, I've been fortunate to have a lot of great resources with some of the technology companies I've partnered with. And just, you know, you don't have to be great at everything, but you have
Right.
the resources to fill some of the gaps. And, you know, and I think that's what kind of sets us apart is that, you know, coming together as a full solution, but pivoting quickly and,
Sure.
you know, it's a learning curve for all of us. So it's been fun.
You know, one thing, a service that you do is, other services that you do is like the landscaping. And that's always been something for me. I remember landscaping with lighting was such a challenge because it's like, you know, well, actually, I just had lighting for like Christmas and the uplighting that I
Right.
put on my house. But mine was, if I wanted red lights, I had to change out and put the red lights in. If I wanted white lights, I had to take them off, put the white lights
Yes.
So
in.
now we have no lights.
Well, now I have no lights because I got tired of changing them out. But this is where
now
you
it's
can
dark.
help. This is where you can help me because you have lights that I don't have to change out all the time. That
Yes.
they can be changed by technology with my phone. I can change the color. I can sit here and
incredible.
just go, I want red lights. Boom. I want
It's
green lights. Tell us a little
amazing.
bit about that.
Yes, we have permanent lights, and that's probably what you're referring to. But even your landscape lights now, you know, they can come in all colors. You can control them from your phone, just like many of our other apps. But permanent lights, it's been a trend for a while now, but you can go residential or your home, control them on your phone. So I have clients, you know, St. Patrick's Day, everything's lit up in green, and you have it programmed for the whole year. You know, your holidays come up, birthdays, sporting events, and they're changing by the day.
Can you change them?
So-
Let's say I have 4 pillars, and I want each pillar to be a different color. Can I do that too?
Yeah, you could do
That's
that on your
really
phone.
cool.
That could be done through landscape lighting as well as, you know, permanent lighting. I'm kind of referring to more of the roof line, but yes.
Wow,
So-
make it so easy.
Yes.
So then the other thing is event lighting. So if someone has a wedding or a shower or a birthday party and they want some special lighting, it really does. It's incredible how a room and you just put some up lighting and light up the walls, it can just change the whole dynamics of the event.
Changes everything. I know.
And you have props like these that gorgeous tree that's in your office,
Yes.
which is lovely there in Chesterfield. Really, you're like in a warehouse district with this gorgeous office that you go in. It's so cool. But you've had these lighted trees that can be placed into events.
Yeah.
So there's other things that you have besides just lighting. And you definitely need to put your come over on the houses that have gone overboard on the solar stick in
Oh,
your
yes.
yard lights. It looks like a runway going up their house. It's like,
constantly
okay, I
telling
think you
people that.
overdid it. There must have been a sale on them.
Yes.
They just bought them all.
These are the people that love lights, though. You could tell they've got them everywhere. I'm like, let's update this a little bit, but
leave a couple on
leave
their
a
door.
couple. Yes.
So on the event lighting, you have all kinds of sources to be able to light up that party to their
Yes.
theme.
Yes, and we partner, you know, just with your simple, you know, everything from a simple wedding, birthday party up to large corporate events. But the cherry tree, people comment on that all the time. So, you know, we're partnering with a couple of the local charities. So they'll put just trees. Maybe they can do some donations hanging from the trees. The holiday season's a good example of that with Make-A-Wish Foundation is one that we're partnering with now.
They're
and so they'll use
wonderful.
some of those cherry trees to put at their events. And then, you know, for each kid that you might want to help make a wish, you can pull something off the cherry tree and give back. So a lot of really cool ideas. But yes, regarding events in general, we do of course, the lighting, pipe and drape. You know, we're working on some proposal packages with a local jeweler to, you know, some Marry Me signs.
Oh, I love that.
I just, like you said, lighting changes everything, changes the mood of you know, any event. So we're there. We've got the
One
full
house
package.
has Marry Me and the next house says I'm divorced.
No, or yes.
No babies here, but baby
No
born
ditto
there.
sign on those houses.
Hit the
They put
runway.
ditto, the guy would light up his whole house and they just put a ditto sign.
Just ditto. I like that. You could get a lighted ditto
That's
sign.
so funny. That's great.
Put that on there. So Christmas light, right now, that's big,
hot,
and
yes.
definitely want to book the appointment.
Yes.
But all year long, you have something for everyone again, which is event lighting,
Permanent lighting,
landscaping,
yep.
permanent lighting.
Holiday lighting, and then events, of course. But permanent lighting, I think a lot of people will think permanent, it's in the ground. When we refer to permanent lighting, it's a lot of the roof line.
Sure.
It's invisible by day, and then at night, you know, you can customize it. It can just kind of wall wash down your building, your architecture. So it's more than just a holiday kind of vibe. that
Is
you might
everything
think of.
LED or?
We've got both, yeah. We've
Okay.
got all options, but for, you know, the permanent lighting, it's LED and it lasts
Forever.
20
Yeah,
plus
long
years.
time.
Mhm.
Yes, and it's cost effective
And
too
it's
on your
very cost
energy
effective.
bill.
Right.
So if you love lights and you're always putting them up, it's an option to do
So
it one time.
if someone wants to get a hold of you there at Blingle, your office, of course, is there in
We're in
Chesterfield, but you have a wide territory that you can take care
Yes.
of. So how do they get a hold of you?
We're on Instagram, Blingle at Southwest St. Louis. We've got Facebook. They can email me, call me.
Perfect.
We're
And
available.
we'll put your information
Yes.
up there too so that they can get a hold
You
of
see
you.
our van. We've got vans driving around. So, you know, our kids might be in your subdivision.
I love the logo.
Yeah, I do
So
too.
it's fun. Yeah,
It
lighting
makes you
is
feel
fun.
happy.
That's right. That's
And
what I love
lighting
about
makes a
it.
huge difference.
That's exactly
Except
right.
for this lighting. This lighting, I look like I'm not wearing any makeup and I have a ton on. So if you can blingle me somehow to make the lights work, so I'm not washed up, that'd be. I want to be
We just turn them off. That's it. We can also control lights. Just
Turn them off. Okay. Thank you so much.
Thank
Kate
you.
Schoffman, the
Thank you
owner
for
of
having me.
Blingle. Get a hold of her, like she said, events, landscaping, permanent lighting, and then, of course, holiday, which is coming up. You'll want to definitely get a hold of her and make life easy and get your house beautiful
Yes.
for the holidays. So
Bright and
thank you so
easy.
much, Kate.
Thank you for
Appreciate
having
it.
us.
All right.
Appreciate it.
In Your City Show, coming from Chesterfield right there with Blingle.
Thank you.
Winter is coming to an end. Here comes sleigh up around the bend. Let's drink some tea, sit around the fire. Company is my one desire.
Welcome to In Your City Show, brought to you by Chesterfield, Clayton, and St. Charles County City Lifestyle Magazine. And today we have our Hotlist business guest, Lenny Mink, with Westport Media and Lowtown Music. So welcome to the show, Lenny.
Well, thank you for having me. Thanks, Gordon.
It's really great to have you. So you kind of do not just one thing, but two things, or probably even more that we're going to find out about. And one of those is Lowtown Music. Tell us a little bit about Lowtown Music and what it's about.
So it's a studio, but it's also, we are an independent label, and we are genre-free, as I like to say. So we work
What
in...
is genre free?
Yeah, so...
Anything?
yeah, and it really, you know,
goes.
acoustic, we do urban music, we do hip-hop, we do rap, we do R&B, we do country, just any style. If it's a good song, and if it's an artist that we really vibe with and connect with, you know, then we move forward with those kind of things. I've done some jazz records, so...
Do you have your own music
yeah.
as well?
And I am an artist on my own label. This is true. Yeah, that's right.
Lenny Mink and the Lost and Found.
That was the previous incarnation. Yes. I don't know if I'll be bringing back the Lost and Found this cycle
So
per
they're
se.
lost.
So they're going to stay.
Like Peter Pan.
They're going to stay lost for a while. Yeah. So and now it's just going to be Mink. You know,
Mink.
kind of just
That's
short,
fun. Like
yeah.
Madonna.
That's
Mink.
right. I'm just going straight
Just be
Mink
Mink.
now. Yeah, that's right.
Oh God!
Formerly known
Don't
as
start
Prince.
doing the
The
P
artist
Diddy thing and
formerly known as
BCCPPDD. I don't
Yeah,
know whatever
exactly.
his name is right
Yeah, I
now.
know, right, yeah.
Just keep it Mink. I
switch
like
it.
that. In fact, Mink, you know, you think of luxury there. So
I
that's
guess so.
kinda cool.
Yeah. So.
So your family, you come from Russia. How old were you?
Belarus.
How old were you
So
when
now
you
it's
came?
in hashtag I'm not from Russia.
Sorry.
So, yeah. And Belarus for.
Did you hear that?
Yeah, Belarus is it's that little country between the two big
Teeny,
countries.
teeny
right,
one.
Exactly.
How old were you when you came over and you went to high
Yeah.
school here, and
Yeah, I grew up here. We left in when I was 3 years old. We left
Okay.
the Soviet Union. I was about 6 years old when we arrived here. So we kind of the immigration process back then was
Sure.
pretty convoluted. 1978 we arrived here, and I've grown up here for the most part in St. Louis. You know.
And your dad, he was in music, the
Yes,
woodwind maybe,
yes.
and you used to
That's
follow
right,
him
yeah.
around, but you
Yeah.
you really didn't want anything to do it until just one day it was like,
Yeah.
hey, I got a voice.
Yeah, it's like I picked up the guitar and I was like, this is my thing. You know, I mean, my father's a world class woodwind maestro. I mean, really virtuoso. He was first chair sax at 18. He actually went to conservatory at age 13. Right.
Oh my gosh.
So, but you know, and I played some of the woodwinds and stuff growing up, but it was like, you know, you got to blow every note, man. That's not my thing, you know. So, so I picked up the guitar one day, and you know, growing up in St. Louis, this is the rootsiest city, I think. You know, it's the crossroads of so many different styles of art and music, and so you can't get away from the blues, you can't get away from the guitar, and that just sort of kind of hit me just at the right time, and that was my path.
So I was listening to some of your songs, and so give me a little bit of background to your influences for your music and where it came from.
You know, of course, classical and jazz, just broadly speaking. You know, growing up with my dad practicing 8 hours a day, concertos and all that. And he was really more known as an alto sax, like jazz player. You know, but all the classical repertoire was always in the mix. And then, you know, just run down the line, everybody, all the guitar gods, of course, your Jimi Hendrixes and Pat Metheny on the other end of the spectrum. It's really, I think of it as these are tools in the toolbox, and so for me it's like a good song is a good song. If it's a great song, it can be done in almost any style and still retain its essence, I think.
Sure.
And the reason I asked that is because when I did listen to it, I could tell there's a little bit of different mix of different types of music.
Yeah. You know, you get to a point. I'm really thinking of myself primarily as a songwriter, not so much a guitar slinger. And I've worked in the various capacities, but to me, it's sort of this like fundamental thing. You know, the melody, the chords, and then the rest of it is somewhat decoration. You know, do I want it to sound heavier or more acoustic or this and that? You know, but
Like the word
it's really like
decoration.
the core of the song is really where I kind of get my inspiration, I think.
So you love music, but
Yeah.
you love the theater. You used to sit in the theater when you were younger, be all
yeah.
dark, and you fell in love with
In
it.
high school, that's right. Yeah,
So
that was
is
sort
this
of,
your passion that you've manifested of reopening the Westport
it's really incredible.
Playhouse?
Yeah. If you would have told me 3 years ago, or you know, you're going to run the Westport Playhouse, I would have thought you're crazy. Our studio is 2 blocks from the Westport Plaza. So,
Okay.
and we work with a lot with a group called Rockin' Chair. It's a great band here in town, and they kind of gave me a tip. Hey, do you know that there's this theater across the street, and it's basically vacant now? And so, it took a little while to put that together. And I my partner Dan, shout out to Dan Byington. Dan's probably the top independent filmmaker in St. Louis. His last film was Bad Grandmas, which had Florence Henderson.
Bad Grandmas.
Yeah, Florence Henderson's last role, and Pam Grier was in it. It's a fantastic, hilarious film.
Pam Grier.
Yeah, and so Dan and I both had a theater background. I did some theater in high school. He did a lot more theater after that. So it was kind of like the music guy and the film guy, you know, got together and reopened the Playhouse. And we're having a blast. I mean, it's just so much fun.
So for
much
some of
fun.
us that have been to the Westport Playhouse before, years back, before the big C word came in and decided to, you know, close us all down, what would we experience going there now? If we've been there before,
Oh, yeah.
what do we?
Well,
what would be our
we have
experience?
greatly expanded the different types of shows that we do there. And we've also installed a pretty amazing immersive video wall, right? So it's like a 30-foot video wall, and that's right on stage. So it's more of a multimedia immersive experience. And we have, like I say, we have 365 days that we can put stuff on that stage. So we're doing musicals, off-Broadway shows, lots of concerts, tribute shows like Michael Jackson that we've got coming up this particular weekend. Comedy, you know, we do all kinds of other things, private parties,
Kind of like
corporate
your
events.
music. all kinds of things.
Yeah, it's
which is so great.
eclectic and
Magicians.
versatile.
'Cause there's
We have
something
magic
for-
shows.
for everyone.
We're bringing a eye magician from London, straight from London.
Oh, wow.
Next spring, 2024, we're bringing an incredibly hilarious show called Mother Freaking Hood. That's coming out of Chicago, and it's amazing reviews. And it did a 5-week run in Chicago, so that's gonna be like a 6-week run that we're bringing. So just anything really, it's like I tell a lot of younger artists in town and younger producers, we have a theater, bring us something. You know, I mean, it's just like that, really.
And it holds how many people?
240.
So, which makes it very personal and intimate as well.
It is. It's very
I
intimate.
hope, I don't know if you got to meet our last guests, which have been awesome. They're the ones who wrote the book, Mississippi Nights, the history.
Oh, no way.
The book's
Oh, cool.
It's in there on the table. It's about that thick.
I have
I'm
to check
thinking,
that out. Yeah,
wonder, did you ever play there?
I never got to play Mississippi Nights. No, I never got to. I think I sat in or did an open jam one time, but I never performed there officially. No,
and that's what's
unfortunately.
fun about the Playhouse there, at Westport Plaza, Westport Playhouse. That's convenient. That it's real intimate.
It is,
when
yeah.
you feel like you're part of, like you're in the show almost.
Yeah,
because
front
you're
row. You
right
can put your
there.
feet right up on stage.
Yeah, which makes it wonderful.
But that's what I say. It's very intimate. You're right in it, but it's just big enough that we can really get down in there and have a good time. Yeah.
So if someone wants to go there, of course, do you have online, being able to get tickets very easy?
Yep. Westport Play.
Okay.
WestportPlay.com will get you there, and
Is it first come with seating, or are there actual seating numbers?
we generally do reserved seating.
Okay.
Right? So pick your seat right on our little seat map on the
Perfect.
website, and off you go. Yeah.
And be part of it. Gosh,
Yeah.
Lenny Mink, thank you so much.
Thank
you
you.
have
It was
so
really
much
lovely
to
to meet you.
offer. I mean,
Yeah.
you're keeping busy between the
Yeah.
music and the Playhouse. I'm
Yeah.
sure you don't have a lot of spare time.
I don't sleep.
We sleep long enough another time, right?
That's right. Yeah. Thank you so much. Thanks,
Thank
Kelly.
you so
Appreciate
much.
it.
Lenny Mink, you've got to check out the Westport Playhouse. Obviously, it sounds like it's a huge difference from what it was before. A great experience. And then, of course, your music, where do we find that at?
That's going to be lennymink.com, where you can put my name
You
into.
can put Mink.
You can put Mink, and you can put my name into all the major platforms. You'll find something to listen to.
Look for the guy with his doing his little sunglasses.
Oh, that's right.
His professional pick. Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
It's been great
It's
to
really
talk
great.
with
Thanks,
you.
Glenn. Thanks.
Thank you. All right, there it is, our hot list guest, Lenny Mink, and you can check out the Westport Playhouse for yourself. It's fabulous. Welcome to In Your City Show, and we have our next hot list guest with us today, and that's Julie Ettinger. And I'm so glad that I said that right, because I just said it, and then I'm like, oh gosh, looking at you, because for years I've been saying YLANG, YLANG. So she is the owner of YLANG. Elong. So there should be an O in there.
Just think
So,
long.
Elong. So it's a long jewelry store, and it's in the city of Clayton. But for years, I have been saying YLANG. This is the first time I've ever said it
And
correctly.
so has anybody else that's probably watched on the show right now is
Yeah.
going, I've always said that.
well,
you
it's
know
not
what
like
my
you walk
mom-
in the store and go, hey, welcome to, you're just like,
Right.
hi. So
And you know what my mom always says?
What?
It doesn't matter how you say it. Elong, elong, YLANG, YLANG, elong, elong. It doesn't matter. Just
come in.
Just come in.
As long as you're buying, say whatever you want to say.
So great. I mean, this is literally the first time. So it is a beautiful store. It's
you.
lovely.
Thank you.
And this is, I mean, gosh, 1985 is
Going
when
on 39
Elong started. So, and I
Yes.
met your gorgeous little mom. She's so cute. But it's changed over the years from when your mom and dad started it to now. Tell us a little bit about the history of your store.
Oh my goodness.
And where you've
So-
evolved to.
Yeah, there's a really great history. You know, my dad was an attorney, and every Christmas we would go to Miami for this holiday, and we would always stumble upon this little tiny boutique. I think it was 300 to 400 square feet.
That is little.
In the Bal Harbor shops, and this French woman greeted us every time we visited, and it was Elong Elong, and we fell in love with this little concept.
Does Elong mean something?
Yeah, Elong Elong has nothing to do with jewelry per se. It's a flowering tree from the Philippines. And the founder of YLANG was half French, half Italian. His name was Jacques Gastaldi.
Oh, wow.
And he's now in Lyon, France. He owns a bar. So he created the concept and loved the name. He thought it had a great ring to it. And so my mom and her mom did antique and estate jewelry. And so we just literally fell in love, and we convinced him to buy a franchise and open here in St. Louis. And he literally thought that cows roamed the streets. It was hilarious. So she said, no, come to Plaza Frontenac, which is where we opened, and we were there for 29 years.
Okay.
And it started out as really chic European costume, and also some 18 karat and sterling silver combination, but everything was big. We did all the jewelry for St. Elmo's fire.
Really?
And we were in, Princess Diana wore our heart and bow earrings.
Oh my gosh.
That people are asking us to recreate. She wore them on the cover of Good Housekeeping.
Oh my gosh, you
and
should.
so we're thinking about recreating those heart and bow earrings. I know some of my customers, they talk about it all the time and they still have them. So just as time has rolled on, we've evolved from the big costume to just your everyday, really chic, fine designer jewelry.
Like that ring that I can't quit staring at on your pointer finger?
Yes. So
That's,
these are my
should
like
probably try that
everyday.
on.
You can try it on. These are my everyday kind of can't.
Oh my.
I just love them.
so what is this?
So that's a
gonna drop
that's
it.
my favorite ring. Well, one of it's
now
the
Kelley's
designer. I know.
It's now my favorite.
It's our designer of
Oh my
almost 39
gosh.
years, Erica Courtney. She's fabulous. She's the
Diamonds all the way around.
yeah, and I wear that almost every day. And she's the
Right,
queen
every
of
day? You don't-
almost nope. Wow, she's the queen of colored gemstones.
It
She's
really
great.
looks good on my finger.
And this is also her. This is also hers. This is I just
don't want
love
to drop
this.
anything. I don't want to fall.
I know that's
I fell flat.
Should I just move?
no.
Oh,
That's
wow.
her crown
So
ring.
so this makes me a queen.
It does.
I love it. Yeah, that one right there makes my heart make
Yeah.
funny beeps.
Well, she has a yellow one in the store right now that would be gorgeous with your outfit.
Yes, but I really like that one.
She can make you one, and you one.
If you find it missing,
Exactly.
she leaves. She's like, I knew I was wearing that ring.
They're all one of a kind, but we
Oh,
can
your
design
jewelry's
one
gorgeous.
for you. Yeah, I mean, I just, you know what? Jewelry for me is so personal, and the
is
things
for
I
me, too.
wear every day, just I feel connected to in some way, you know. And I think that's why we're so special. So I have to say, you know, after being in Plaza Frontenac, and we've evolved into this new location.
gorgeous, a
Little,
gorgeous
it looks like a little house on
yes,
the hill.
right on the corner. So you really stand out
Colonial
there
Marketplace.
at what are the streets?
It's
170
Ladue and
Maryland.
170.
170.
Yes,
Maryland.
and it's
In the
white.
Colonial Market. It's a little white house.
Yeah,
And it's
beautiful.
kind of everything I envisioned. So it's cute. My dad was like, we're never leaving our location. And I said, oh, we
yes, we
are.
are.
Oh, we are. And I sort of manifested this little freestanding house. And here we are going on 9 years in this location. And really, we just have the greatest jewelry. There's not really anything like us. You know, I don't feel like there's competition. I feel like we've evolved into this sort of space in St. Louis, and we work with some of the most beautiful and lovely and kind designers at every, I have to say, at every price, you know? It's like there's something for everybody, even the
Which is so
guys.
important. You know, you do stuff for guys?
We do.
Oh my gosh, I didn't
We do
know that.
cufflinks. We're doing like really cool ID bracelets. We're doing ID tags.
He's
we're
a
doing,
bracelet guy. I'm sorry he doesn't have any on.
I don't have one
I
on
need to
today.
get you a bracelet. That's next on my
You
list.
are unique, and you know, with the magazines that we have, that we meet a lot of people and see a lot of
Yes.
people and go into a lot of businesses. But I've never seen anybody like you, like your business. So.
And I think we work really hard to create that. I have the most amazing team at the store. Stephanie Marchetto's been with me for, oh my gosh, going on 14 years. My mom is still
a lot.
Yeah, my
Your
mom
mom,
still
I
comes
see her.
in every day with her little cute Gabriella. They're like a little team. They come in almost every day, and we just have a great staff. And I just am
Everybody's
very
happy and
blessed.
upbeat.
It's happy, and we're, you know, I think the thing that I just want people to know is that what we have evolved into. It's a continuation of our history, but it's today. And I'm just going to share some of my favorite pieces.
Okay.
Because this is really who we are. So I wear this guardian angel every day. This is Temple St. Clair. I have 2 boys, Joshua and Joseph, and their names are on the back. And I literally will not get on a plane without this. And then I have my grandmother's diamond that we reset into this little ball. It's like the cutest little ball. And then I have my
charm necklace.
Yeah, it's my charm necklace. Oh, you should see Stephanie's neck. She's like loaded. But we
Mr.
all
T.
are, and our clients are getting to this where they're getting comfortable with the layering. And this is my diamond J. And then, oh, this is great too. So if you have a family heirloom or a diamond, this was my dad's vintage diamond.
Oh, wow.
And I wasn't going to wear his ring, but I cherish the stone. It's an old
beautiful.
mine cut.
I like the big.
So you'll take
balls
something
on the
that's
chain.
a treasure and turn it into a piece for them.
into an heirloom.
Wow.
For you, for your kids. And you know what? This is our
Love that.
favorite single stone. This is our other designer that we just cherish and love. I wear their bracelets every day. This is called the Club. And you know what? Feel the weight of this. Everything is handmade. Pass that over. It's solid and it's custom and they're all one of a kind.
Yeah,
But all
love
made.
that. The one of a kind. That's really cool because jewelry can be a very intimate, personal piece that you have, and the reason why that you're wearing it. If I hand it back so I don't put that on too and keep it.
Not one of a kind in the sense that this can't be recreated. It's just that every piece is handmade.
Sure. Yeah.
You know.
Well, before we go, let us know you do have a big event that's going to be coming up too, and we want to make sure
Okay,
you get
so I'm
that.
glad you brought this up. So this has been something that we have been talking about for over a year now. And it's kind of been a secret, and we're getting ready to launch it. We have the return of the nomination bracelets. And I didn't bring mine today, which I should have, but they're stretchy bracelets that are founded in Italy. We did them for 10 years. It tells a story. It's stainless steel and gold. They are bringing back all sorts of new. The guys wear them, the girls wear them, everybody wears them.
What is the story it's telling?
So the story is of your life. It's like
Of your
individual
story.
pieces. So mine has the Italian flag on it. It has the United States flag. It has my boys. It has my lucky number.
Oh my gosh, I have to have one of those.
And everybody, this is crazy.
I mean, have to.
We
Let's leave now and go get it started.
so we have an in-store event. We're recreating. We're bringing it back. It's literally going to be the craziest event. August.
I think it's the 19th. 'cause
August
we're gonna
19th.
We're going to be there live with the show.
So we have one of the designers from Italy joining us in store.
Oh, that's great.
This has been something that people literally they waited in line at Plaza Frontenac to get these charm bracelets. So they're stretchy. I can't wait for you to show
I'm a
pictures.
bracelet person, so
you can layer them. Everybody knows them. If you have one, you know it. So get it out of your closet, dust it off, come in, get a new charm. They're $38 to a couple $100 for a charm.
Oh,
And
I
it's your
can't
story,
wait.
and you wear it. And the relaunch is super chic, and we cannot wait. We're the only one that will have it again. It's just really like it really is such a personal story for every person that already has one, and
you can see, you can add.
I was just going to ask
Yeah.
that. Can you switch out?
Yeah,
Yeah, she said
I
bring
guess
it
they're
in
like
and-
tiles and little
yeah, they're
charms.
little
Yeah.
tiles.
Yeah,
It's
perfect.
nomination jewelry.
Well, we can't
And
wait to be there.
Come visit.
It's August
Make your
19th.
appointment or just stop by August 19th.
YLANG, we know how to say it now.
YLANG.
Julie Ettinger, the owner of YLANG in the city of Clayton. We appreciate you so much coming in. Your jewelry you're wearing is absolutely beautiful.
And we appreciate you. We are in your
thank you.
magazine every single month. I think we
love it.
have committed to how many years now?
Yes,
Forever.
We love it.
lifelong family,
Yeah.
and we love that. Thank you so much. We appreciate everything
Thank
that you
you.
do, and we can't wait to be there for your big event as well.
In store live with nomination and you guys.
There we go.
that'd be awesome.
Thank you.
Julie Ettinger, the owner of YLANG in Clayton. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome to In Your City Show, and we have a Hotlist guest. Let me rephrase that. We have a Hotlist author, Stacy and Garrett Enloe, authors of Mississippi Nights, A History of the Music Club in St. Louis. We want to thank them for being here today, and I'm excited about this because it's really a part of my history a little bit too in my life, and some of the things that I did as I grew up too. But it's so great to have you here, and the book looks great, and I did get a chance to look through it, and what I love about it is it's got great stories, but it's also great pictures. It's a great picture book. So you can look through it and just see all the different artists that were there. But tell us a little bit about it. Tell us about how this came about. I know the venue opened back in 1976, so it's got a lot of history. But what made you write this book?
Well, I won the awning in there's the awning on the cover. We won that in a auction for the St. Louis
Classic Rock
Preservation Society. They had an auction, and we won it. And then I started the Mississippi Nights fan page. And then I approached Stacy about doing a book, and she said I was crazy. And then once I started bringing more stuff into the house for the Facebook page, she decided that a book would be a good idea.
Well, I knew it needed to be done right to memorialize the venue, and I wanted to make sure that we did it right. And once he brought home the calendars that hung in the office, I knew that we could do it.
How often were you there? Did you experience it?
Oh, probably a few dozen times.
Yeah,
I went.
I was probably there 12,
Did you meet
15
the
times.
cookie lady that's in there
Oh,
that
yeah.
brought cookies
yeah.
to the band all the time?
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
you're
We
great.
met Barb, and I actually ran into her at Aldi recently.
Really?
Yeah, she's still around.
Were you at the finale at the end too? Did you get to experience the last
I didn't go
time?
to that one. My last show was Buckethead. Your last show was Silvertide, I
Silvertide.
believe.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You
And
could just-
I hugged the building on the last show.
Oh, I
'cause
bet.
I knew
It's
it
so
was the
sad.
last one for
I'm
me.
sad I didn't get to experience it. And the book is so beautiful with the pictures. It just takes you back in time. It's so nostalgic. And it was a time before there weren't phones. There was all those things that interrupted our life. It was just loving music and being able to experience it. And so many big stars. I mean, that was it to be at Mississippi Nights.
That's where you got your start for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah,
Like you see in the movies.
You know what I love about the venue is the intimacy that you had with the artists.
for sure.
I mean, I got to see Kansas there, one of my favorite singers, and it was just, I mean, the whole band was there for this reunion. Everybody was back, and I was like right there, and it was just so awesome. And you never know who's going to show up at Mississippi Nights, especially after if you go to a concert in St. Louis, artists from, like, you go to Kiel and see a concert. I saw Supertramp, and I left the Supertramp concert, went to Mississippi Nights, we're sitting there, all of a sudden the Supertramp walks in, gets up on the stage,
It's my favorite.
and they didn't play any Supertramp songs. They got on stage and played jazz for 30 minutes. Just jazz songs.
Yeah, it's
But it was
exciting.
the coolest thing ever.
Chuck Berry would walk in there and jam, and Greg Allman would pop in. It was great.
What's your favorite experience that you put into the book that you experienced yourself? Or is there something, if you weren't there, but your own experience?
Well, I have a Slayer story in there, but that day they had a Harley Davidson convention on the Cleves Landing.
Okay.
So I partied all day long. We went to the Harley Davidson convention. They had cheap beer. Then we went to Slayer. That was fantastic. And that's how the
And
landing.
you remember it.
That's
so you
why-
didn't drink. You obviously didn't drink too much beer because you
Surprised
remember
you
it.
remember the moments.
Well, that's how the landing used to be. It was always some kind of event going on. They don't really
Oh,
do
yeah.
that anymore.
No,
they
it was
would need the money
such
to
a
redo
great
it.
place in that time of going down there, as well as being safe.
Yeah, you could go down there and see. I mean, you had Bogarts on the landing, you had Muddy Waters, you had Mississippi Nights. You could just hit everybody.
We got a map in the
That was the
book
beauty of
with
it.
all the
I
clubs
saw
and
that.
everything.
That's so
I think the map's from 1987. What was your favorite show at Mississippi Nights?
Oh, my favorite experience. Well, I always met the bands. So I would get down there early, and
Oh, you could meet the band then.
right, you could really get up close and personal inside, and you could come early or stay late and
Any
meet the
stories we
band.
can't tell right now?
No,
So were you a Mississippi Nights groupie?
no.
I know all of them,
I
but-
enjoyed talking to them and getting the autographs and everything. And I met a lady who ended up being one of my very best friends.
Really?
By doing that, we actually found out recently that we were in the back of each other's photos. I was meeting the
Oh,
band, and she
wow.
was meeting the band right next to me.
That's awesome.
My wife, no, she wasn't a groupie. I know the groupies, and I left that out of the book. Yeah, there's plenty of things.
Those are stories
There's
you
no
can't talk
groupie
about the
section
group.
We tried to keep it the PG-13.
Sure, absolutely. So did you get to, when I'm reading what they're saying, is that did you get to speak to certain people to get this information, interview a lot of people?
We did a
Yeah.
whole lot of interviews.
We
and
got
that was
kind
a
of
lot
lucky
fun.
too. For 2020, nobody was doing anything.
Oh,
So
good idea.
we just basically wrote the book and did yard work. Book. That's all we did.
A lot of Skype and phone interviews.
Yeah, we did that
and
too. Yeah,
some
and we got to
in-person
talk to Steve Dugalbice. He was the original owner before he passed away. So we're really happy that I was able to sit down and.
How long did it take you to put this together?
Because it's pretty
I
extensive.
mean, it's just,
Yeah.
Well,
it's
it was
incredible.
4 years, but we have to thank Angela Seven. She's the one who put it all. We gave her the stories and the pictures. She's the one who laid it out. So
Right.
we love her so much.
And she told me that we have 1,000 images in the book. You mentioned how many photos are in there.
1,000. It's not like it used to be at all. Concerts, first of all, we're inundated with the internet, so they're watching anything they want to watch all the time. Back then, the only way that you saw a band or experienced something was going there and being part of it, and you were so engaged and into it. And now it's almost like they just have, it's not the same as rock and roll. Did you say you played there?
I did. I played in Nichols and Trick Shot. Both played there. We played.
What
We
year
were
was
at
that?
Nichols.
That was a
Oh, I got some 8x10s you don't want to see.
I do,
Too
though.
bad we didn't know that ahead of time.
After we're done filming this,
I do
got
want to
something.
see those.
I do.
Yeah, so I just think that it's just it just brings back memories of being young and the way things were. It was just, and they thought these rock and rollers, they're never going to amount to anything. They're long hair and they're
Oh, sure.
and look what's happened, right?
I look like nothing like I did back then.
Yeah, hair down to
Nothing.
there. What do they call the hair bands or whatever?
Right.
But
80s.
yeah, so it's just an incredible. So what made the what ended the venue?
Well,
Which I
it was
know
a
they talk about
casino.
in the book.
It was the casino. That's the short story. A little bit longer story is the casino had a 2-tier plan, and the first part was to build the casino, and the second part was to make condos and retail space and whatnot.
didn't they only let him pay $1 a month or something
Right,
to rent
right.
Mississippi? Because he owned the building, then sold it,
Sold
and then
it.
paid only $1 a month, right?
Right, he
We
sold
have
it
a
to
whole
the city.
chapter on what happened to the building, and that took forever to get correct. But
Business runs slow, so it took a while for them to actually take over the building. And the casino was supposed to do that extra stuff, the second tier, and then the financial crisis of 2008 hit. So they
a
went
long
bankrupt, and now it's a parking lot. So
Oh, that's so sad.
Sundeckers is still sitting there empty. They didn't tear down everything, but all that section, I believe Rivers was right
Yep.
next to Mississippi Nights. That's all gone.
I used to go see Ken Kruger and Big Fun there all the time too. Ken's a good friend of mine, so it
I
was great
like
to see
him.
him.
And all the Big Fun guys
Maurice,
are great.
Savage, which is good. Yeah.
Well, we definitely like to share your experience in our magazine, so that'll be the next venture.
thank
is
you very much.
Let
That's so
everyone else
cool.
be able to see that as well. So we'll be
Do
in
you have
touch
another
with
book
that.
coming up? After this one, any more music venues
Well,
that
I
you
might
want to
do
take
a
on?
creepy crawl book. That was another club that was. It'll be more R-rated than this one, and I would also like to do a Guns N' Roses Riot book for when Axl jumped into it. But I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to do another book.
How long
really
did
don't
this take?
4 years.
4 years.
4 years. Wow, that's incredible. So if somebody wants to experience, and it is quite an experience, this book. I mean,
Great
you can
coffee table
probably,
book.
it's like when you go into one of those decor shops and you've been through it and you come back and you're like, oh my gosh, I need to go around at least 10 more times to be able to experience what's all in here. That's what your book is. It's like every
thank
time
you.
you get in it, it's another experience to live and
And it's totally St. Louis.
Yeah.
I wanted to make sure that all the bands are in there, all the the big St. Louis bands like the Urge and stuff like that.
Yep. the Eyes,
fantastic.
Yeah.
But we think that anybody who loves music would love the book.
Even if you weren't into certain bands or a rock star lover or whatever, it will take you back no matter what. It's just, and I think it's for all ages. In fact, I wish and would love for the younger generation to be able to see your book and learn from it, because they missed out on so much that we were able to experience.
I kind of feel like it's the CBGBs of St. Louis. Everybody talks about CBGBs as the club, you know, to get your start. This is the St. Louis version of that, I think.
And if someone wants to get a copy of this and be a part of Mississippi Nights, the history, the music club in St. Louis, how do they do that?
Well, they can get an author signed copy at MississippiNights.com.
Which I would like mine signed, please.
Sure. We didn't do that?
Nope.
Oh, no.
To the person that fell, it's great to meet you.
I bet you it was like 1 minute, right?
And
Also, Amazon and Barnes & Noble. And
most of the bookstores and most of the record stores.
Vintage
in the
Vinyl
area.
has a display right when you walk into the building of our book, and we're so honored by that. You know?
Oh,
It's
I'm sure.
amazing.
It really is.
The
It's
book house
incredible.
in Manchester was displaying it in the window, and just, I don't know. It's
Do you have
exciting.
a book signing event? Do you have something coming up?
We do. Our next event is going to be in Edwardsville at the Edwardsville Public Library, and that's going to be on September 21st at 6:30. And we're going to do a talk about the venue beforehand and,
Love that.
and sign. And then we've been invited to join Fragile Porcelain Mice and Sinister Dane at their concert at Pops. So we will be there
Wow.
on October 14th.
Boy, I haven't been to that place in a long time. I'm so old now.
Sometimes we're in bed by 9.
I don't think Pops is 24 hours a day anymore. 2020 changed it, but it's
did
still
it?
Pops, and we won't get into that.
He used to go to work at 9. Now he goes to bed at 9. So I miss out on that. If you're doing a 6 o'clock, we'll come.
But the Fragile Porcelain Mice show, those guys came to our house and we interviewed them. It was fantastic.
Oh,
and then
that's sweet.
Sinister Dane, I got into music a little bit after them, but we love them too. So we're very excited. They're great.
Well, great. Thank you so much. Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, we got introduced to quite a bit of music that we
Oh,
hadn't
I'm sure.
seen before, so that was a lot of fun.
And there is so much. I mean, there's so many that I had never heard of in there. He probably knows more of it because that was
Yes.
his life for a long time. So it all brings back to him. But thank you so much for
thanks for
spending
having
time
us.
with us here on In Your City Show. And what city are you from?
St.
We are
Louis.
St. Louis.
St. Louis. All right. Well, we loved having you here. And probably our question was, what's your favorite summer memory? Is probably going to Mississippi Nights, right?
It must be. Yeah.
Probably.
All right. Well, I think everyone should get a hold of one of these books. It's incredible. You won't regret getting it. It's fabulous. So thank you so much, Stacy and Garrett Enloe. We appreciate you being here on In Your City Show. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. What a great show we had today. A lot of great Hotlist guests.
We
And
did.
yeah.
Love meeting new people
I do too.
and all that they do.
And finding out more, even though we've known them and what
We
they've
didn't
done
know all
in the
of them.
past, we know more about them every time we talk to them.
Yeah, that's very exciting. It's a great experience to be able to meet them.
Yeah, it really is.
And I love summer.
I do too. Summer is time for exploration, rejuvenation, and maybe volunteering at your favorite organization. Embrace new possibilities. We encourage you to seize the moment and make the most of this sun-kissed season. Let go of the familiar and embrace the thrill of the unknown. Engage in activities that bring you joy, create memories that will last a lifetime, and savor the vibrant spirit of summertime.
Oh, summertime is awesome. And as always, we are here to inspire and accompany you on your journey. So create your favorite mocktail, grab your sunscreen, pack your sense of adventure, and let the summer fun begin. Wishing you a season filled with sunshine, laughter, and unforgettable moments. Do what you want. Be in the next issue of City Lifestyle magazine. Hey, that sounds like a good idea. And of course, if you're interested in being a Hotlist guest, you can find us at inyourcityshow.com. And one more thing I want to make sure is our Hero Project. If you know somebody that you feel is that unsung hero in your life, please email us at inyourcityshow.com. You can click the Hero tab and send us that information. We would love that. We love recognizing someone each month that is a unsung hero out there in the community of your city. We want to know about it. So thank you so much. And again, sponsored by St. Charles County, Chesterfield, Clayton City Lifestyle magazines, bringing community together. That's what we're all about.
That is who we are.
All right, until the next show, peace.
Peace.